He probably swapped over to Horde. You're getting unbanned. It's not a big deal. Okay, alright. I was being a stupid degenerate, thinking that I was better because of how ganking was on my server. It was bad, but not comparable to Asmon getting griefed. I apologize for the shit comments, but I really enjoy Asmon and his Zach Rar channel. Well, if you enjoyed it so much, then you would have spelled it right. I would love to see chat again. I'm a lurker, and sorry for the past cringe. LOL, a rogue QQing, rogue crying. What do you expect from a PvP server? It's pure DPS. This is another classic, Andy. How do we still fucking have these? Baby Rage, baby raging. You have full raid gear. Soda's live right now. Retail player. Go to Iron Forge. Okay. So we have a classic Andy with a fucking, I don't know, guys. Like, what do you think? This was 2019. Like, like, who cares? Like, it was like 3 years ago. You're getting unbanned. Okay. So you got banned. Remember them saying they can't get power passes unless you're level 50 on the account? That guy Deer Infer.
I'm only using shotguns. Follow the beacon. It's just a different version of the same mission, so doesn't matter. I already have an S in the original one. Somehow. I hate this map.
The ECM won't interfere with our contact. But it is affecting your lock.
That's the first time I actually found Aiden. Are you telling me there are so many beacons? Why dodge if they are too slow?
I've located an ECM fog control device. See if you can access it. Confirmed. The control device is offline.
Wait, that's neat. Come on, don't tell me there are so many guidelines. That's new. That's gotta be.
Intrusion attempt persisting. Normalization process A.
The amount of beacons double.
Confirmed. Control device is silent. Let's find the next one.
That spaceship.
Intrusion detected. Normalization process syncing.
Where do I have to go? Come on, that's the first time I really see a light, a line of lights.
We might be able to extract its data. Let's take a look. Wait! Hostile radius.
Normalization process B2. Deploying antigen.
Fight back, Raven.
Who? Where? Who? Come on. One more. Somewhere. Up here. You see? I hate that the last one is just kinda glitched out and doesn't fight me.
the drone. Fortunately, the data we found helped to identify where the last ECM device
What?
is.
Fuck
I've
you.
set a marker for it. Let's check it out.
AP at 50%.
Drone.
You know, it's been a long time since we've been on a mission together without Walter. The control device isn't going anywhere. Raven, that's the last of the control devices. We'll have Walter back after this.
Why is it so... Doesn't have music.
ECM systems offline. Switching to encrypted circuit. Registration number RB23. Call sign Raven. Apologies for the intrusion. You have been followed. Contact is imminent.
Hostile incoming. AC.
Forged in ash, we stand as one. This place will be your grave. Menace to Rubicon.
Call sign Raven. Augmented human C4621. Please destroy the hostile AC.
Direct request from online through the support system. Raven, here's the data on that AC. Arena Red A.
Holy
identified
shit.
as Austric, piloted by the leader of the Rubicon Liberation Front, Father Thamdomayan.
I know you, Menace. You can see them too. The voices. Just as I once did.
The records say that Domayan is a dozer in some ways. Perhaps he experienced mind-altering effects not unlike the contact we share.
How much about him have you heard, Menace? Coral, abide with Rubicon.
It's hard.
Coral, endure within us all. For none of us shall cast the die. The coral must not be set free. Only tragedy awaits beyond the threshold.
AP at 50%.
He was difficult. Holy shit.
Forgive me. Forgive this old grave.
Target destroyed. Good.
Don't think that's an S.
Rubiconian symbiosis is no more than suppression and exploitation of coral. We hope this encounter was informative.
Thanks, all
Now
mine.
restoring the link to your handler. We shall speak again.
Oh, yes. Nice. Why do I look so fucked up? Whatever. Next mission! I tried so hard to get an Aston Great, I can't. Oh no. Good, yeah, that's a triple AC fight. Maybe we go with the heavier version, because I have no stability whatsoever. Lightweight version.
You're up against two of the arena's top performers. Make sure you're ready for this, Raven.
Main system activating combat mode.
Let's get started, Raven. Astrocrown's pilot, callsign King, has an 89.6% mission success rate. His reputation for finesse is such that he's advertised as the ideal mercenary. Umbrox is piloted by Chartreuse, an aggressive bulldozer with unrivaled firepower. Those who've seen her at work call her an unstoppable force. Intercept the two targets.
You must be Raven. Not a name I expected to see attached to a hostile AC. You know our priority, Chartreuse. Let me deal with this.
Give me a break, King. That bossy attitude of yours doesn't do you any favors.
This is more. You're strong. Worthy
One.
of your name.
Oh, that's a tank.
Pull your head out of your ass and withdraw.
AC Aster Crown destroyed.
Oh,
You don't know when to quit. Just like all the other Ravens.
What other ravens? Wait, I'm picking up another AC.
okay, that's two.
Why won't you die?
AC Umbrox destroyed.
We'll take it from here, Chartreuse. We've lost both of them.
One AC left, Raven.
Augmented human C4621. We're not here to take back the Raven. However, we will see.
Oh,
if
they're
we can do
using a
justice.
repair kit.
Our friends have been defeated. Be careful, Raven.
This will be original Raven races. I don't think this is a coincidence.
Yes, Raven. I feel it. Raven, we can still.
Easy.
All right. We'll watch this one. See where they go on a Raven's wings.
All enemy
Oh
ACs
no, I
destroyed.
wanted to use the engineer.
Mission accomplished.
Wait, we sure have another AC fight coming. I wanted to try the engineer. Okay. Let's watch XQC drama. Or listen to it.
Remember, Ninja would be such a salty bitch whenever he
Ah,
did
sorry,
sometimes
Ninja.
in PUBG, and I fucking loved it.
Back in April 2018, when Ninja was gaining 200 million views per month on YouTube, setting world
That's a
records
lot.
with Drake over on Twitch, and earning 5 million.
Like, for context, like, my YouTube channel gets like 40 to 50 million views a month.
Oh,
so
that's-
you take that and you're talking about that much more. That's like 5 times as much.
$1 million a month from his creator code.
I think the most I've ever made in a month off of the creator code was like 5 mil.
Failure probably felt like an impossibility.
That's
However,
That's some
Exploration
fucking
mission.
crazy shit. $5 million just from the creator code. Right, that's just from Fortnite. That's not even talking about YouTube. That's not talking about sponsors, Twitch subs, anything like that. That's insane.
the past 3.5 years have been somewhat of a sobering reality check for the former king of Fortnite, forcing him to come to terms with the fact that at a certain point in his journey, whether he knew it or not, something went horribly wrong.
Wait,
His YouTube viewership has
I
dropped by
have
a
to refill
mind-blowing
my water.
97% to between 4 and 6 million views per month. His Twitch viewership has dropped by an almost equally severe 92%, from 125,000 average concurrent viewers to approximately 10,000, all while his various social
It's like back. The thing is with that is like you're never gonna hold on to that level of fame. Like with Ninja was so fucking popular that it was just it was insane. Like it was absolutely fucking insane. Didn't we watch this? Wait, did I watch this? I don't think I did. 2001 December. Oh, there's no shot I watched this. So here's the thing: is like you're not going to you get up to highs and then like especially back then. Like, for example, like, nobody was getting 125,000 viewers back then. Yeah, nobody was getting 125,000 viewers back then. Like, that did not happen. Like, I remember back then, like, 2001, yeah. It just doesn't happen. Now, obviously, like,
Okay.
people have grown as the website has grown. And, like, that was a lot.
I
Like,
don't know
20K
about this
viewers
one.
back then was like 50 or 40K viewers now.
recover data from.
Like, that was a lot of fucking
send you
viewers. Like,
marker data.
40, like, the top of Twitch was like 30,000 viewers. And, like, that was it. Very rarely did things ever go above that. And, like, I remember I had a few streams where I just completely popped off, and it was, like, insane how much more it was. But, yeah, breaking 10K was huge. So, like, yeah, I remember this. Like, but Ninja was, like, so popular. Like, Ninja, whenever you really put it into perspective, Ninja, like, had such a huge popularity spike with Fortnite. It was ridiculous. Like, he was on,
That's
like,
for my
you know,
uncle.
he was, like, interacting with, like, you know, celebrities constantly. He was making, like, $5 million a month on the creator code. It was insane. He was the biggest. Like, Ninja, even now, is the most famous gamer by a mile. Like, if you don't consider, like, PewDiePie or Mr. Beast, you just look at the numbers and, like, how many followers Ninja has and everything, and, like, the recognizability, right? Like, you can say, like, there's a lot of people, there's, like, you know, like, iBuyFaker, XQC, absolutely, these guys are really, really popular, but I'm talking about mainstream knowledge. I think if you went to, like, a Target and you showed a picture of Ninja to 1,000 people, everybody in that random building, more people would recognize Ninja than any of those other people on the list. That's the truth. That's what I think. Like, because, like, you guys, I feel like a lot of people might not remember how popular he was. It was insane.
Media follow accounts such as Instagram have
Yeah, I
been in
one
complete
shot.
and
What the
utter
fuck
free
are
fall.
these
Perhaps a
apps?
severe, unprecedented fall was the only inevitable outcome after such a fast, unbelievable rise to fame in the first place. Only 6 months prior to gaining 200 million views per month, Ninja was basically a nobody. He had appeared on the television show Family Feud.
What do you do?
I'm a professional video game player. I travel across the country and compete playing video games.
And he gained a small internet following of around 100,000 YouTube subscribers as a professional Halo player dating all the way back to 2009.
Charges in, but Ninja's nowhere to be found, dude. I'm a magician.
However, Battle Royale seemed to be the genre that Ninja had been born to play. He began to mess around with H1Z1 all the way back in 2015.
Halo was horrible. No one really on Twitch watches it. And then I switched over to H1Z1.
Yeah, Halo's fucking boring to watch. That's why. It's because the developers refuse to make a VR for it for some reason that nobody understands.
And that gave me a huge viewer boost.
And by early 2017, only 2 years later, Ninja had set the world record for the most kills ever in a single H1Z1 match, while also becoming ranked #1 for North American H1Z1 players, resulting in
Ninja was actually, like, really fucking good. A lot of people might not realize this, but, like, back in the day, like, Ninja, and probably even now, like, Ninja was actually a really, really, really good player. And I think that whenever you see a lot of people that are very popular with these things, a lot of them, there is, like, a certain degree of, like, actual, like, professional level skill involved. Yeah, he was legit good.
Success on
He was
Twitch.
insane.
At my prime in H1Z1, when I was going for my kill records and getting 30 kill games and stuff like that, I was averaging like 10,000 viewers a day.
Ninja would display a similar level of skill after switching to PUBG, often finishing games with upwards of 20 kills, and having built a strong foundation with Battle Royale experience, a seamless
Another thing that was really, really big here was this was whenever Dr. Disrespect had the the thing happen, right? Where, like, you know, he cheated on his wife and everything. So, like, this is the exact same time. So, like, right back then, Dr. Disrespect was like he was the big dick, right? Like, everybody watched Doc every fucking day for PUBG. He was the most popular PUBG streamer by a fucking mile. And so what happened is that after Doc just completely disappeared, a lot of people, yeah, I guess, I guess, like, yeah, to an extent, Shroud was there too. Like, yeah, you're right. But, like, especially as soon as Doc left, there was a big vacuum with, like, a lot of viewers. And no, Shroud was more popular. Shroud more popular than it went back and forth. You're right. It was actually, like, yeah, it might have been Shroud, it might have been Doc. I think it depended on the day. But either way, they were both extremely popular. So, like, as soon as Doc stopped streaming for a while, I remember watching Ninja stream in PUBG and people calling him the Dr. Disrespect waiting room, and him saying, like, I don't really care if people call me that. I'm just glad they're watching. So, like, that actually really helped Ninja out a lot whenever Doc stopped making content, because a lot of his viewers went to find somebody else. And it's like, also, Ninja acted like a clown, like Dr. Disrespect did. Shroud just fucking just
objective is
popping
to
caps
destroy
and
all
asses.
coral transports.
Like he's like, yeah, okay, well,
Independent mercenary Kate Markson
okay,
will
you're
dispose of any
dead.
transports that escape the
Oh,
combat
one
zone.
another game? Nice.
Just be aware that
Alright,
she
Justin,
also
want to
has
again?
limits.
Alright, cool.
Enemy attack!
Another
118!
victory for me. And that was it, right? Like he was very relaxed, and so like, but Ninja was standing up, screaming at the mic, acting like a fucking animal. So guess what? A lot of people that watch Dr. Disrespect watched the next best thing, which was another guy that acted like a clown. That's what it is. Relax more like boring? No, I didn't think it was boring at all. I watched it out every day. Fuck you saying that's boring. Fuck you. Learn some respect.
Transition into Fortnite was almost guaranteed.
First impression of the game was fun.
When considering the previous information about his skill as a professional H1Z1
Yeah.
PUBG player, it should come as no surprise that Ninja was a natural at Fortnite from the very first week. He dropped his first 20-kill game only 12 days after the game's release, and his first 20.
It's like, look at that, like, bro, look at this goofball shit. Look at this.
In his first 25 kills.
What the fuck is that shit, dude? Just goofing and clowning and flailing around, right? Because everyone sucked back then. That's right. So the big reason why Ninja was so popular in PUBG, or not PUBG, in Fortnite, is because Ninja, like the learning curve for him was way faster. Like Ninja was getting to like level 5 whenever everybody else was on like level 1 or 2, or maybe 3.
Game only 3 days after that. The audience didn't flock to his channel on the very first day. However, the fact that Fortnite had a new player base meant that Ninja had exposure to a new audience. This new
I
audience.
think also like whenever the game was getting way more popular with a lot of people, that's also whenever it happened. First mover advantage, big, also his talent. I think what really put Ninja on the map, in my opinion, was the big kill games. Is because like a lot of people, like in general with VRs are boring to watch if the person who you're watching sucks at the game. Because they're constantly, it's like, you know what they used to call me whenever I played Warzone? They used to call the game John McCain Simulator. Because I spent the whole time in a fucking gulag. It's like nobody wants to, people don't want to watch that shit. They want to watch you come back over and over and over, right? They want to watch some shit happen. Yeah, that's what it is.
Liked him as he carried over a genuine, almost toxic personality that he developed during the H1Z1 and PUBG days when it only had a small following. The fact that he had this small following meant he really had nothing to lose with regards to how he acted on camera. He could be toxic, kind, annoyed, happy, whatever. It didn't matter because it always came off as authentic and genuine.
Absolutely.
In addition to this, his small audience meant he wasn't inundated with sponsorships, business opportunities, and other extracurricular activities chewing up his time. It was just raw, unfiltered gaming all day, every day, trying to become as skilled as possible.
And also, like, he was live all the time. Like, that was another really big factor, is that, like, Ninja was live, like, 15 hours a day. Like, he was on Adderall, fucking popping off, grinding like fucking crazy. And like, that's, the thing is, like, whenever I feel like my stream is, like, really popping off and, like, I want to be live, like, that's the same with whenever, like, Lost Ark, right? I was doing 10-hour days every day, basically. I still kind of am, right? Even though now we're pretty much just chilling. Yeah, it's like 2 streams per day, like Shroud back in the C9 days. Yeah, basically, yeah, XQC streams all the fucking time, right? Consistency is a big fucking thing.
So
because, like, a
stupid
lot
to
of
let
people, this
Skyslit.
is what happens, right? Is they get very popular,
Oh
then
no,
they get
please don't cost me the
complacent, and they
mission.
stop streaming as much. In my opinion, I think that people want to
you.
have a routine. And that's why I always, like, it is
No.
so hard
No.
for me to wake up early, but I do it
I don't
almost,
accept this.
I don't stream on Mondays, right? But like, I wake up early at 8 a.m. every single day because that is what I do. And that's it. Because the consistency is what matters, and that's what the big difference is. The streamers who have to find schedules, yeah, well, other people, like, I would stream more, but, like, I know what will happen if I, like, because people say, oh, just go live at 11:30. Okay. All right, that's fine, it's good. All right, yeah, I did that. And then, oh, just go live at 12:30. And then, meanwhile, 12:30 turns into 12:30 p.m. You know, or AM, right? Or, yeah, 11:30 AM or PM. Like, I have a rotating schedule, which is what I do. So I will never have a normal schedule. That's it. The logic conflicts with the statements you made about nobody caring if you take a long break. Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. But it's not. The thing is that these two things do not exist like purely independently of each other, right? And like, in order to build up hype and things like that, what you have to understand is that, like, before that long break, it's like almost like you become consistent and then inconsistent. It's better to go all in and then go all out than go half dick and then half dick. It's better to go all in, grind like fucking crazy, be as intense as you possibly can, put as much work into it as possible, and then cold turkey that shit, and then come back whenever you're ready to put that same energy in. That is my, like, that's what I've learned, that's what I've seen works, and I think that's the best way to do it. That's what I do. Talk to yourself, I make sure to object to true statements. Yeah, there's a lot of people that they'll wait for me to say something that they don't really understand, and then they'll tell me that it's different. Oh, well, but you contradicted something you said earlier. Yes, there are a lot of things that are contradictory that are simultaneously true. Life is a matter of degrees. It's not a matter of binary experiences. It's not like, oh, well, you know, if this is true, then that's not true. That's not the way the world works.
Possible to provide the best content possible. Yeah. With this approach, growth was inevitable. Ninja began to ride the tsunami-sized Fortnite wave as each and every gamer was looking for a new pro player to watch. Yeah. 1 million views turned into 7 million views the next month, then 35 million views by January 2018.
Well, I remember like Ninja one time he tweeted out, there was like a picture of like him getting more interactions on Twitter than Ronaldo. Like that was like he was like the most popular athlete on Twitter, like athlete meme, right? Whatever, right? But like still, like that was ridiculous, man. It's like I remember the day that he hit 100,000 viewers. Like I didn't even know that was possible. Like I had never seen somebody hit 100,000 viewers before on Twitch.
1 month later. At around the same point in time, approximately 3 months after the game's release, Ninja had become what many considered to be the best all-round player in the game, and was certainly one of the first people that came to mind when thinking about pro Fortnite players.
I think that there were a lot of people that were like, okay, they didn't really know Ninja. Like Ninja might not have been the best because there were probably other people that were. Tfue was, yeah, I thought Tfue, well, Tfue came later, and then there's a question like, is Tfue better than Ninja, right, whatever. But like, what I'm saying is like, Ninja was like the best person who was really well known.
His Twitch followers also exploded exponentially, growing from 500,000 to 3 million over the course of only 4 months, placing him in the position of the most followed Twitch streamer and the first streamer ever to reach 3 million followers. Yep. This would help him to then break the world record for the most concurrent viewers on a Twitch stream ever after he and Drake streamed to 628,000
I remember
people,
watching
which
this.
would then be broken again after Ninja hosted an amateur professional tournament to over 680,000 people only 1 month after that. Ninja basically had a Fortnite viewership monopoly for the first 6 months of the game. He was better than everyone else, more dedicated to streaming than everyone else, had an excellent attitude, and was a generally likable person. Everyone could agree that at the time, his 125,000 average Twitch viewers per stream and 200 million monthly views on YouTube were 110% deserved. However...
Oh, absolutely they were. I mean, he was like the best player. He was streaming constantly, making content all the time. I mean, there's no question. Yeah, there's no fucking question. Nobody did it better. It's just that simple. He's toxic as fuck. Well, yeah, I mean, like, I like the Toxic Ninja. I thought that was funny. Tfue played Sometimes Ninja, it's just nobody's watching a stream. Tfue popped off after, so, like, this is what happened with Tfue, is that Tfue was, like, growing, because, like, so Tfue and Cloak got signed by FaZe. And then after they got signed by FaZe, then Tfue got suspended. And he got suspended on Twitch because he said to kill somebody who was the short abbreviation of a raccoon. And Twitch interpreted this as racist, even though Tfue said it was just a term that he referred to different players' skins as, you know, like a skin in Fortnite, by the way. And so it was like, okay, like it's hard to really know what happened. And it's like, okay, whatever, right? But then as soon as that happened, the internet in general took Tfue's side on this. Right? Yeah, they in general took Tfue's side on this, and then his comeback stream was popular, and then it just kept popping off more and more and more.
The landscape was shifting underneath Ninja's feet. Other players, streamers, and YouTubers were beginning to match his skill level.
Hey, yo, there it is! There fucking is. See, I told you guys! Look at that!
In April 2018, Ninja's peak month on both Twitch and YouTube, we saw players like Tfue uploading 36 kill solo big squad matches, High Distortion was dropping a 30 bomb every second day, and generally speaking, the skill gap that had helped Ninja to stand out in the beginning had well and truly begun to close by mid-2018. As other players were becoming better at the game, there was now significantly more competition for Ninja's channel on Twitch, and in the days of PUBG, he explained that more competition hurt his overall viewership.
Dr. Disrespect, Shroud, Summit, Timotat, man, I have to compete with all these people to just take away a huge pool of people from Like when they're not on, I'm up to like 12, 13, 14K sometimes.
That's big.
In addition to increasing Twitch
That's just the way Twitch viewership works. There's not a lot of people on Twitch, and Twitch viewership also is like, what's the word for it? It's like zero sum. Because like on YouTube, for example, you watch one video, then the next video. But on Twitch, if you're watching one person, you're probably not watching 2 streams at the same time. And so that, yeah, it's not fickle. It's just that that's the way it is. And Twitch is a small audience. So it's like you've got everybody competing for the same like 1 or 2 million viewers.
Competition from individuals like Tfue, it seemed as though Ninja began to invest less energy into what blew him up in the first place, being a professional gamer, and rather focus more energy on being a branded celebrity.
And that's why he got worse at the game, is because you're talking about thinking about doing all these fucking interviews and shit. You're gonna be busy. You're not like whenever you're doing these interviews flying around the country talking to celebrities, you're not practicing and grinding the game. And so that's also another big reason why Ninja the difference like came in, because like you remember Tfue never did any of this shit, really. Tfue just played the fucking game. Like the main difference that Tfue did from like back in the day to like you know, like whenever he first came out, and then is he started streaming without a shirt on sometimes. Like that was about that was like the biggest. That was like oh no, now he's not wearing a shirt.
It's the worst game.
That was it.
Get involved in sponsorship deals with big companies.
That's why
started flying around the country doing meetings and interviews.
The last 6 months, flying everywhere and doing all these interviews and meetings and meetings.
Well, he'd upgrade his streaming room to a super expensive top tier Ninja dojo.
Embroidered Ninja chair. This is where I'm going to be controlling all of the professional cameras in the room. Camera angle 1, camera angle 2, and camera angle 3. For the doggy bowl.
The room looked fantastic, there's no doubt about it, but it felt very commercial and it lacked the relatability.
People want to have the relatability in the commercial aspect. That's what it is. Like it's just like, yeah, they don't give a shit about like, oh wow, this is some cool event. If people cared about commercial events, they'd be sitting on television watching The View. Like they don't give a shit about that. They want real shit. The thing is, a lot of people watch streams because they're looking for content that is relatable. Like relatability is like way more important on Twitch than it is on YouTube, for example. So like that's why having things that are, it's like you even have like guys, like there are guys that like they feel more disconnected from you if you improve your life. Like if you start dating a girl, like I've had this happen.
Why can't
a lot of my viewers were pissed. They were like, well, you know, he's different now. It's not the same, right? It's crazy, but it's true. Like it actually is true.
In authenticity that had helped him to grow in the beginning. Now perhaps Ninja felt as though he needed to take this path of public appearances and material stream improvements in order to continue the growth of his brand. But other streamers like Tfue were certainly proving this to be the opposite. Yep. Turner was just this relatable dude living with his dad and brother at their messy suburban house in Florida. He'd win some
and then like every once in a while he opened it so his shit would come through the window.
Times jump out the window, reveal his backyard full of junk, and continue on playing. Now obviously it'd be
dating a girl.
There's no doubt about it, but it felt very commercial and it lacked the relatability.
People want to have the relatability in the commercial aspect. That's what it is. Like it's just like, yeah, they don't give a shit about like, oh wow, this is some cool event. If people cared about commercial events, they'd be sitting on television watching The View. Like they don't give a shit about that. They want real shit. The thing is, a lot of people watch streams because they're looking for content that is relatable. Like relatability is like way more important on Twitch than it is on YouTube, for example. So like that's why having things that are, it's like you even have like guys, like there are guys that like they feel more disconnected from you if you improve your life. Like if you start dating a girl, like I've had this happen. A lot of my viewers were pissed. They were like, well, you know, he's different now. It's not the same, right? It's crazy. But it's true. Like, it actually is true.
Authenticity that had helped him to grow in the beginning. Now perhaps Ninja felt as though he needed to take this path of public appearances and material stream improvements in order to continue the growth of his brand. But other streamers like Tfue were certainly proving this to be the opposite. Yep. Turner was just this relatable dude living with his dad and brother at their messy suburban house in Florida. He'd win some
and then like every once in a while he opened it so shit would come through the window.
Times jump out the window, reveal his backyard full of junk, and continue on playing. Now obviously it'd be ridiculous to claim that Tfue or any other creator's rise was directly responsible responsible for Ninja's fall, but it did show that there were other players and streamers who just seemed more focused, relatable, or watchable. Ninja's
Well,
viewership
it's also, it wasn't really just that. It was that people were watching Fortnite. Fortnite was a competitive game. So whenever people are watching Fortnite, they want to watch somebody who's good at the fucking game. So if you're not the best player, you're not getting a lot of views. You see what I mean? So like there are like certain people are popular because they're popular, but a lot of Ninja's popularity came from being very good at the game. If you're not good at the game, people aren't gonna watch it.
began to dive pretty rapidly in the 6 months after his peak, and in the process, it would also come to the surface that Ninja's extreme level of fame had brought about a further shift in his attitude and public image. As mentioned earlier, when Ninja was a comparatively smaller streamer, he really had nothing to lose when it came to being his authentic, unfiltered self. However, after blowing up, he made the conscious effort to shift his personality into what he thought the audience wanted, as opposed to just being his natural self, specifically, for example, becoming family-friendly. Now, it's super understandable as to why Ninja would do this. Obviously,
he also stopped using profanity on his stream. Like, I'm pretty sure he did that. He didn't use profanity on stream because, like, he had a lot of kids watching, and he thought that, like, basically, so here's what happens. If a kid hears profanity, like, he hears the same, like, shit 3 times, it's like Beetlejuice, right? You hear it 3 times, and then the kid drops out of school and starts smoking. A lot of people might not know this because, you know, we don't have kids watching, but yeah, it's like Beetlejuice. Say fuck 3 times, kid starts smoking weed, drops out of school. It's too bad.
the fastest route to success is going to be deliver to the audience exactly what they want. However, when it comes to changing your own personality for the audience, you're getting into risky territory because you're starting to lose the authenticity that people followed you for in the beginning. And an authentic personality like what Ninja had in the beginning is not only an advantage, it's a requirement. It's the ability to say, here's what I think, if you don't like it, I don't care. If you then hate me, so be it, go watch someone else, I'll still be here streaming to those who enjoy what I do. Ninja had become the exact opposite of this. He'd given the audience complete and utter control of what he could and couldn't post. Literally, watch this clip where he doesn't even want to shout out his creator code or make a post on Twitter as he didn't want to receive backlash from his audience.
I don't promote my creator code very much because I just get flamed by everybody. I can't tweet.
Well, this is what happened, right? Is that this is one thing that happens to content creators is like you go back, you look at, remember whenever we watched that video of the Island Boys about how they were constantly like responding to people that don't like them? The best way that you can respond to people that don't like you, in my opinion, is to not only say fuck you, but say fuck you and do whatever they don't like you doing even more. Like, you ignore them. Yeah, it's not only that, like, you do it even more. Right? It's like the best revenge. My mom always said the best revenge is living well. I said, fuck that. The best revenge is fucking somebody up, right? But like she never got with that. But like it actually is true though. Like she was right. I'm just an asshole. Is that like if you go and you like if to make somebody, nobody wants to feel like they are insignificant. And I think that's what happens whenever you say stuff like that, right? Whenever you do whatever, right? Mom was right. No, she was right. Is that like now one thing that really pisses people off is like people will get mad at me and they'll see like, oh wow, Asmon's doing this or that, and I'm still successful, I'm still chilling, I'm still winning. Every fucking day I'm winning. And it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter what you do, because if you're complaining about me, you don't fucking matter. And that's it. And the thing is, everybody says, you know what, like that's good. So like the moment that you stop doing that, the moment that you lose that confidence, and I think that really it's internal confidence, like, because like at a certain point you believe what they're saying, and that's why you feel like you have to address it. You see what I'm saying? And so like whenever you feel like you're just you like you know what you're doing, you're confident in yourself, that's what really people want to see.
9% of things I want to tweet because like people will they just meme it, they make it into a meme. Selfies, make it into a meme, like. Why I just post clips now?
All Ninja was doing was showing everyone how spineless he'd become. No wonder people started to hate him. Yet Ninja seemed to...
Well, people did hate Ninja, and I think that people hated Ninja for, in my opinion, a stupid reason. They hated Ninja because he acted goofy and did funny stuff on stream. I don't think that's bad at all. I think that's funny. It's entertaining. What the fuck is wrong with that? Like, what's wrong with that? Like, you're just goofing and flailing and having fun, man. Yeah, people hated me. Yeah, the thing is, like, yeah. It makes you popular quicker than being liked. Ninja was very well liked whenever he first started becoming popular. Yeah, he sold out to 9-year-olds. People hate him because he's popular as well. Yeah, I think that a lot of people wanted to like try to take you down a peg. You know, like it's that attitude that a lot of people have, crabs in a bucket type thing. And so, yeah, you definitely have that too.
Really oblivious to the fact that it was because he'd completely abandoned his authentic personality in exchange for his family-friendly, pretending to be nice garbage that everyone could tell was completely fake.
Yeah.
At some point, somehow, it became the cool thing to like dislike me. Everyone hated me. Like, it became like the thing to pick on.
That's the thing is, like, I always felt bad
You were a
in a
mistake.
way because like, people would like meme on him and like say bad shit about him, etc. And it's like it felt like like people felt like they could do that, they could say that to him because he was like so much more popular. He deserved it. Why do you really think he deserved it though? Like, I mean, why? Because like, but like whenever you really break it down, like, why did Ninja really deserve it? Did he deserve it because like because he didn't want to use profanity on his stream? Like, who deserves that? Like, why? Like, that's just weird. Like, what like. Sold his soul? Who doesn't sell their soul for their career? Who doesn't do that? Like, everybody does that. Like, it's weird. It's like everybody, it's just, like, I think people is, it's like people, like, there's no justification. None whatsoever, man. Been shit on for that. Like, that's crazy. People don't have empathy for millionaires. That's because they have jealousy instead. That's what it is. I think there's a lot of people. That's what I think a lot of it is. And I told you all about this before, right? Whenever I said streamers should never talk about how they feel and like their problems with their audience. Like you could talk about something that it's like a big issue that's happened to you before, but like just in general, people will not empathize with you. Because you have, like, most people that are watching your stream, most people that are watching you in general, these are people between the ages of 15 and 30. And especially 15 and 25. And if you are between the ages of 15 and 25, I can almost guarantee you that the biggest problem in your life is money. That is probably it. That was my biggest problem. That was all of my friends' biggest problems. And everybody else doesn't, like let's say you're 42 years old, maybe you're in a position, you're in a better position than you were whenever you were
Holy shit, I got stun locked.
And so, because of that, those people can't empathize with somebody who has the one thing that person feels would solve their life. Does that make sense? So like whenever you tell people like, oh, I'm sad, I'm depressed, like I'm not doing, my stream's not doing as well, and it's like suddenly like, well, what do you mean your stream's not doing as well? Like you made like, $10,000 last month. Let's say this is a small streamer comparatively to Ninja, right? Let's say make $10,000 in a month. A lot of people would be lucky to make that in 6 months. Especially back then, right? And there are like, let's say 3 months to make it a little bit more realistic, right? And so that's the kind of stuff that happens. And like your audience begins to resent you because they feel like you don't appreciate what you have. So my best advice to any content creator at all, never tell people how you really feel about certain things like that. Because not only will they not understand, but they will actively resent you for being in a position that they envy and not appreciating it in a way that they believe that they would appreciate it if they were in that situation. Just don't fucking do it. It's a bad idea. Same thing with athletes. Of course they do, because it's the same. It's money. Because it's money. Right, money exacerbated his ego, though. He talked about how much money he had for no reason. Of course. Of course, yeah, he's happy. He's got a lot of money. Plenty of people do that. Yeah. Yeah, and like, that's the thing. That's my point, though, right? Is that people are doing it because they want to bring his ego down. They feel like this person's ego is too big, and so they have some justification in their mind. Wow, this guy's got a really big ego. It's acceptable for me to, like, pull this ego down because it doesn't align with my worldview. You see what I mean? Like, somebody's ego doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Yeah, it's an ego check. Yeah, but like, why do you need to do an ego check? You know what I think you need to do? I think the people that need to do ego checks are the ones that are doing the ego checks. These are people like, because an actual person that doesn't have an ego doesn't care about it. I don't care if Ninja's bragging about how much money he has. This doesn't matter to me, because I'm happy with my own life, and I'm not worried about what he's doing. It comes from a place of insecurity, and it comes from a place of like this, like it's like, main protagonist syndrome.
And we have 2 random weapons in our room.
All streamers have a high ego, man. Stop defending him. Okay, so then what? So all streamers have a high ego. So okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes that makes a lot of sense. Absolutely. But like, why is having a high ego is not a justification to try to bring somebody down. And the idea that you do that, I think, is because you are the one who is insecure. That's what I'm really trying to do. And as wrong people, you don't want people to be successful. They just, yeah, that's all there is to it. And I actually think that a lot of these things are not as complicated as people think. Imagine if you sold out on PG, but you still have so many fans and more haters. There are people that already said that I've sold out on PG. Because I don't say Game Awards on stream because I'll get banned. Like, there's always going to be people that think this. Yeah, so having a high ego justifies their punishment, and so those that envy you and can't admit it, so they hate streamers, yes, yeah, they're looking for justification. If you wasn't strong enough to fight back with the haters, and that's what deserves what happens with them. I don't really think I deserve, like, nobody, this is my opinion, nobody deserves anything in life. There's no causality. This isn't deserved. This isn't a God out there. It's trying to determine.
Are my missiles missing because I'm close?